What I do remember, like all families at that time, everybody ate dinner together and everybody had a dinner conversation. But our dinner conversations were a little different. We would talk about, what do you think it would be like if we could put a colony on the moon? Well, who would you take with you? Would you take this kind of person? Would you take that kind of person? What do you think you would wear? How many people do you think you would want to take in the space transport? Let's say if we had a mechanical person, would they be a real person or would they just be a machine? So that's where our conversations were like. Wasn't like, what did you do today? It was, well, what if we went to live on Mars?
It really sort of filled that gap for me between the visual culture and scientific, the big science culture of the 1950s and where it ended up in the 1970s. So Scarfo's work with Anders Cole in the 60s bridged that gap.
Scarfo was successful in that he contributed to the spaceflight we have today. It might not be the spaceflight he invented. We may not be following the schedule he had hoped. We certainly don't have bases on Mars and Moon. If we didn't have the vision to follow, or the wherewithal to spend the money, or the wherewithal to try something really dangerous and new, that's not their fault. They're not living in Rory Scarfo's future. That's not Rory Scarfo's fault. And if we're behind schedule, well then, we've only got ourselves to blame.